Hello, good morning. Today our topic is chart of jaundice. In your examination charts, there some charts will are given, and one of them is chart of jaundice. The the term is very familiar to you. I expect all of you know the term jaundice, and another name is icterus. So today we will diagnose this how today we will proceed how to diagnose jaundice. Okay, so there are some charts of jaundice. So next we proceed regarding our charts. Okay, so our first chart is a patient, 35 years old, obese woman, came with complaints of mild fever, loss of appetite, and pruritus. She gave history of an acute attack of pain, override hypochondria, and vomiting the previous day. There was history of patches of clay-colored stool and high-colored urine. On examination, she was found low-grade fever, discomfort, override hypochondria. There was no clear-cut jaundice in the eyes. And the results of the liver function test values are in the following: total bilirubin 6 mg per dl, direct bilirubin to 5.2 mg per dl, SGPT 70 unit per liter, SGOT 60 unit per liter, alkaline phosphatase 1080 unit per liter, urine bile salts plus, urine bile pigments plus, fecal stercobilinogen negative. Next slide. A patient came to the OPD with complaints of yellowish discoloration of skin and sclera. His biochemical investigation revealed the following: total bilirubin 12 mg per dl, direct bilirubin 0.4 mg per dl, indirect bilirubin 11.6 mg per dl, SGOT 18 unit per liter, SGPT 12 unit per liter, alkaline phosphatase 1 to 8 unit per liter, urine bile pigments negative, urine bile salts negative, urobilinogen plus, fecal stercobilinogen plus. So these are the two charts will be given in the examinations. And now next we have to come to inference, the type of jaundice. So for the inference we have to know some normal values or reference values. So next slide. So for inference purpose you should know the normal values or reference ranges of the parameters, suppose SGOT, SGPT, alkaline phosphatase, bilirubin, etc. Here SGOT 10 to 20 unit per liter, SGPT 10 to 35 unit per liter, alkaline phosphatase 40 to 125 unit per liter, total bilirubin 0.2 to 1 mg per dl, unconjugated or free bilirubin 0.2 to 0.7 mg per dl, conjugated bilirubin 0.1 to 0.4 mg per dl. So these are the normal values or reference ranges of the parameters. Next slide. So before going to inference regarding the charts, we should know some common properties of the conjugated and free bilirubin. Conjugated or direct, free or unconjugated bilirubin. Free bilirubin, in water it is insoluble. Conjugated bilirubin, it is soluble. In alcohol, free bilirubin is soluble, conjugated bilirubin soluble. In bile, free bilirubin absent, conjugated bilirubin present. In urine, free bilirubin always absent, conjugated bilirubin normally absent. Absorption from GIT, free bilirubin absorbed, conjugated bilirubin not absorbed. Diffusion into tissue, free bilirubin diffuses and conjugated bilirubin doesn't diffuse. Vandenberg's test, free bilirubin gives indirect positive and conjugated bilirubin gives direct positive. So these are the some points of free bilirubin and conjugated bilirubin. Next, now commonly there are many types of jaundice, but commonly we deal with mainly with three types of jaundice: hemolytic jaundice, hepatocellular jaundice, obstructive jaundice. Okay, so for inference purpose, you should know some different points, that is features of different types of jaundice. Okay, so here you can see some different points of different jaundice. Okay, it is the differential, how to diagnose different types of jaundice. It is very helpful. Okay, so blood free bilirubin in case of hemolytic jaundice increased, in hepatocellular jaundice increased, obstructive jaundice normal. Blood conjugated bilirubin in hemolytic jaundice normal, in hepatocellular jaundice increased, in obstructive jaundice increased. Blood alkaline phosphatase in hemolytic jaundice normal, in hepatocellular jaundice increased, obstructive jaundice very high. Urine bile salts in hemolytic jaundice nil, hepatocellular jaundice nil, obstructive jaundice present. In urine conjugated bilirubin in case of hemolytic jaundice nil, in case of hepatocellular jaundice nil, in case of obstructive jaundice present. Next, urine bilinogens. In case of hemolytic jaundice it is increased, in case of hepatocellular jaundice nil, in case of obstructive jaundice nil. Next, fecal urobilinogen. In case of hemolytic jaundice increased, in case of hepatocellular jaundice decreased, in obstructive jaundice absent. So these are the some salient features of different types of jaundice. Okay, next. So after considering the above discussion, now we proceed for our inference, that is to come to conclusion what type of jaundice are here of the regarding two charts. Okay, so we come to the our first chart, that is 35 years old obese women complaints of mild fever or loss of weight pruritus, history of acute attack of pain of right hypochondrium and vomiting previously. Next, clay colored stool, high colored urine, and the parameters given in the chart. That is, total bilirubin 6 mg per dl, direct bilirubin 5.2 mg per dl, SGPT 70 unit per liter, SGOT 60 unit per liter, alkaline phosphatase 1080 unit per liter, urine bile salts plus plus, urine bile pigments plus, fecal starch negative. So you can see here, that is, if you look in the parameters, you can see here that there are some increased values in almost alkaline phosphatase. It is very high, 1080. Okay, it is 1080 unit per liter, and in urine there is presence of bile salts and bile pigments, SGPT high, SGOT high. In our previous discussion, we have seen that in case of obstructive jaundice, serum alkaline phosphatase is very high. So very high. So you can say it is obstructive jaundice. It is obstructive jaundice. Here you can see also direct bilirubin 5.2. Okay, 5.2. It is also high. Total bilirubin obviously high. So you can say it is a chart of obstructive jaundice. Next slide. Our next slide is patient came to OPD, complaints of yellowish discoloration of skin and sclera, and biochemical investigation revealed the following. That is, total bilirubin 12 mg per dl, direct bilirubin 0.4 mg per dl, indirect bilirubin 11.6 mg per dl. SGOT 18 unit per liter, SGPT 12 unit per liter, alkaline phosphatase 128 unit per liter. It is within normal limit. SGOT, SGPT is also within normal limits. Urine bile pigments negative, bile salts negative, urobilirubin plus plus, fecal starch plus. So there is total bilirubin 12 mg per dl, and conjugated or direct bilirubin is only 0.4 mg per dl. Indirect bilirubin, that is unconjugated bilirubin, is 11.6 mg per dl. So after considering the results, we can see that it is a chart of hemolytic jaundice. It is a chart of hemolytic jaundice. There is no confusion. Okay, so it is a chart of hemolytic jaundice. Next we come. There are many types of jaundice, but commonly we deal with three types of jaundice. That is hemolytic jaundice, hepatic jaundice, and obstructive jaundice. Okay, so first of all, we come to some points of hemolytic jaundice. Hemolytic jaundice, it may be in the newborn, it may be of adult type. Okay, hemolytic jaundice on newborn. This condition results from incompatibility between maternal and fetal blood groups. Rh positive fetus may produce antibodies in Rh negative mother. In Rh incompatibility, the first child often escapes, but in the second pregnancy, the Rh antibodies will pass from mother to the fetus. They start destroying the fetal red blood cells even before birth. And next, hemolytic jaundice of hemolytic disease of adults. This condition is seen in increased rate of hemolysis. It actually occurs in adults. The unconjugated bilirubin in blood, absence of bilirubinemia, and excessive secretion of UVG in the urine and SVG in feces. Common causes of hemolytic disease of adults: congenital spherocytosis, GDP deficiency, autoimmune hemolytic anemia, toxin like carbon tetrachloride. Next, hepatocellular jaundice, second type of jaundice. Common causes in viral hepatitis, hepatitis A, B, C, D, E. Very common type of jaundice. These are mainly these types: A, B, C, D, or E. Third type is obstructive jaundice. Obstructive jaundice. The term indicates that there is some obstruction. There is some obstruction in the normal pathway. So conjugated bilirubin is increased in blood and it is excreted in urine. If there is complete obstruction, UVG will be decreased in urine or even absent. In total obstruction of biliary tree, the bile doesn't enter the intestine. Since no pigments are entering into the gut, feces become clay colored. The common causes of obstructive jaundice are intrahepatic cholestasis. This may be due to chronic active hepatitis, biliary cirrhosis, lymphomas, primary hepatoma, obstructive stage of viral hepatitis. Extrahepatic obstruction. This may be due to stones in the gallbladder or bile tract, carcinoma of the head of the pancreas. So, this is regarding obstructive jaundice. The causes may be intrahepatic or extrahepatic. Okay, thanks.